question to the universe. Why am I probably lactose intolerant? Last night I had Marco's Pizza and I was all ready to enjoy my night, and I go to bed, and every time I have pizza I wake up at 5:55 a.m. and it's man, I already have bipolar, I already have ADHD and a lot of other things wrong with me. Now I have to be lactose intolerant on top of my back pain.
In your heart, you know he's right.
Doors closing.
Hi, this is Ryan Hoppy's mom, and you're listening to Hoppy Hour.
Welcome back to Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yes, now. What? Now. If I hit this button, boom, the whole program's gonna start. Okay, well, hit it. All right.
Hoppy Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppy. This is Hoppy Hour with Hoppy.
That was me last night.
Where we at?
Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. We the hottest, search about us. Competition microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppy Hour in your system.
One has to wonder if karma finally hit me for all the smack talking I've been doing, even though it's just me defending myself. Talked smack about that no-name comedian, Dimitri Fields or whatever. Talked smack about my former friend, Mike Calta. Talked about that backstabber known as Bert Kreischer. But I'm never the problem. I'm just in the entertainment business. But I think God, even though I don't believe in him, think something last night went, you know what? We're going to get you. So I had the craziest Tuesday. First of all, I had the RSS feed take about 8 hours to upload the show last night. So I record this great show, which is on the Hoppy Radio feed. And all of a sudden, it's going on 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. Let me turn off this music. And it's not up there. So I call my agent. I hit up Podbean because I recently just left Spreaker, and we'll talk about that in a second. And it finally goes up at 11. So I had that going. And then I unfortunately got dropped by Geico. I am not a bad driver. I just had 2 crashes because I went manic after my uncle died. But I needed an SR22, and twice Geico didn't send it in, so my license got suspended, so Geico fucked me over, and then literally get dropped by them because of it. So I'm joining Progressive or whatever, and the lady on the phone is like, we're going to send to the state your SR22, because I'm joining on June 11th, and if you don't have your SR22 for 1 second, all of a sudden, literally, you have to reset the whole time because I have to have it through 2027 because of the car crash I got into. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I said to her, I also have an email of the DMV that I need it sent to. And she goes, oh, I can't send out personal information to them. And I go, but I did this 100 times with Geico. She goes, I can't send out personal info over and over. And she was just a cackling bitch. So I had that. And then my cat was like, being a little irritating, but still cute. Well, I made it on the other end. I'm like, okay, I want to spend the night by having some Marco's pizza. And the last few times I've had pizza, it's always around like 5:57 a.m. that I really got to go to the bathroom. And like when you have a stomach ache and you like wake up and your stomach hurts because you're laying down and you like feel it in your dreams. And you're like, oh, no, I got to go to the bathroom. That was me this morning. So I'm very cranky. I don't feel well. And one has to wonder if karma struck me. Guess what today is, ladies and gentlemen?
Good morning. What day is it?
It is National Catfish Day today.
It is
Rover would know about that fucking scumbag.
National Catfish Day.
Catfish for you.
Am I getting catfished here? Or?
You're about to get catfished.
She got catfished?
Yeah, that's right. We catfished you.
What are you talking about?
Fish. Get out the fryer and cook up a good catfish dinner for the family.
This is not headline news. Johnny Knoxville will host the Fear Factor reboot. Do you wonder if it takes the excitement out of the show when the host has done way stupider things than the contestants ever will? Hulk Hogan is opening a bar in New York City.
I bet Bubba will try to go.
The sign in the front window says, shirt, shoes, no service. New research shows that having frequent nightmares can lead to an early death, especially if those nightmares take place on Elm Street. And China unveiled a drone the size of a mosquito. It generates as much buzz as this year's NBA Finals. This is not headline news.
The brutal heat wave continued with temperatures across the country hitting 100 degrees.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you know there's a heat wave when you get to the office and walk in on your coworker showering in the bathroom sink. You go,
Actors Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise were photographed at the London premiere of F1 for the first time in 24 years. This first reported by your mom suddenly falling silent in the living room.
Meh.
The high school graduating class in New York features 15 sets of twins. 15 sets of twins. The graduation was described as exciting, emotional, and creepy. Very creepy.
The fast food chain Bojangles has unveiled a new breakfast burrito, which features sausage, eggs, potatoes, cheese, and Southern-style sausage gravy. And it has all 4 food groups: brown.
Whenever the jokes are long-winded, they're not funny.
Light brown, wet, and stretchy.
Yeah, like you need to get to the point. Colbert, Kimmel, and Seth Meyers do that. Jimmy Fallon's a little better at getting to the point. So I'm not a big fan of these robocars. I think things are just going to go wrong. And they did. In Austin, Texas, a robo-taxi Tesla drops off passenger in middle of intersection.
I'm actually going to use this drop off early feature.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh, we are stuck a little bit in the intersection. He is stuck.
Uh-oh. Okay.
There it goes.
So it was a few seconds.
I do feel bad for him because he was definitely in the intersection.
Well, the car should have known to not stop there, right?
To not stop there, exactly.
Yeah. But it's a fucking robot. This is why I still think having humans do things is necessary. I do think by the end of the millennial life, like in 2080, 2090, I do believe that AI and robots will be very close to taking over, and the 2100s will look different. It's so weird to think that, like, if you are born right now, if you're like a Gen Beta or a Gen Alpha, you're going to see 2100. You know what I mean? Because we're not going to see it. I would be 107 if I saw 2100. It's very weird to think. Or if somebody who, let's say, has a kid at 45 who's born in 1993, so let's say in 2039, 2040, you have a kid, they're going to see 2100. Freaking trippy, man. Driver accused of doing donuts in a national mall.
What is he doing? This is insane.
I'll be going the opposite way of the SUV.
He just started barreling towards the mall. So that's when I pulled out my phone and I started recording. As soon as he started racing up and down the grass, everybody started kind of screaming and getting out of the way.
I don't like people with cars. Like, I know I have a car, so that doesn't quite make sense, but like, I don't like these rich kids. I know a lot of Nepo babies that have their dads buy them Teslas or buy them like nice sports cars. And you see it a lot in Tampa. A lot of these rich kids that live in like Wesley Chapel or Lutz, or if you're listening in Cleveland, maybe in Avon or Avon Lake or Medina, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? These rich suburbs where these kids have these cars and they're going really fast and they rev their engine. You're just telling us that you have a small penis. That's all. I saw this here. This is interesting. 4 things you shouldn't keep by your bed. Sharp metal objects, a trash can, medications, and flowers. Interesting. I wonder how someone came up with that. I see it here on the prep service. This is a little more interesting. Gen Zers' most trusted brand is YouTube. For boomers, it's Kleenex. The top brands that Gen Z likes is YouTube, followed by Band-Aid, Dawn dish soap, Costco, and Google. Nike, Ben & Jerry's, Gatorade, Nintendo, Netflix, PlayStation, and Spotify. Millennials, it's Google, PayPal. Why? PayPal fucking sucks. YouTube and USPS, they suck as well. They try hard, but nothing comes on time. For Gen X, it's Dawn dish soap, followed by Oral-B, Hershey's, Band-Aid, and Duracell. And then boomers is Kleenex. Every boomer always has Kleenex on them. Like my mom, whenever she's got the sniffles, always has that. So that checks out. The brands that Gen Zers trust the most is TikTok by Duolingo as well, Twitch, Crocs, and Fenty Beauty. Millennials, it's Red Bull, 5 Hour Energy, Fortnite, I guess, and Durex condoms. For Gen Xers, it's Campbell's Soup, blah, blah, blah. You're fucking bored by me reading a list. So we will move on. I always thought that Liver King was the biggest freaking loser ever. He just looks like an absolute twat. He looks like a guy you don't want to hang out with. He looks like an abuser. And he's busted for terroristic threat after calling out Joe Rogan on Wild Video. He is a sad, sad man. It's all fake. All those guys out there are like, I'm so manly. You're a bitch. If you have to go around and tell everybody how manly you are, I'm going to be honest. You're not that manly. Now, I want to begin the show by talking about this because a lot of times I'll save my rants that I make into reels in the middle of the show because I'm already putting it on YouTube, so I want fresh content, but I want my audience to hear this because my show is between an hour to 2 hours, and I get about 75% of the show heard. About an hour and 25 minutes to spend listening to Happy Hour, which is fascinating to me. Some people skip over the music, some don't. And sometimes I skip over words because of my stutter. It's like Joe said in that song. Stutter, 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 stutter. Okay. The Chrisleys said that they cried when they found out about the pardon. And this is a case of why I can't stand America. That the rich and elite always win. I used to take offense hearing that other people around the world make fun of America. But now when I see why people hate America, I all of a sudden go, you know what? Keep the jokes coming.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Here is the douchebag Chrisleys.
I called Savannah one more time, and she said, he did it, he signed it, and I just started busting out crying.
Yeah. Cool, riveting.
And everyone was looking around, and then I just hung up.
Bunch of cackling hens, shut up.
I was so nervous that I just hung up. It was the craziest thing, and
it has to be kind of weird that you're like facing 7 years in prison and getting out in 2030, and then Trump lets you out because he wants to bang you.
Everybody's just looking at me because, unfortunately, most of the news that you get in prison is bad news.
Yeah, you know, it's not really how it's going to go. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, usually news is going to be bad in prison because you're in prison for tax evasion. That's what I was trying to say.
You know, so they're like, are you okay? I'm like, I am. I'm getting out of here.
And everyone else is like, you bitch.
Get out of here.
This guy stops me and goes, man, I think you just got pardoned. And I said, yeah, okay.
I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to go down on my cellmate. I've been practicing being gay.
And I just kept right on walking. And so when I went into my dorm, one of the guys, the COs, he came by and he goes, are you good? And I said, as good as I can be. And he said, Todd, you just got pardoned.
And it's Laura Trump interviewing them. You know those like blondes that are conservative that just look stupid? And I'm not trying to sound rude, but I am rude. Like that conservative hot girl is the worst. You know Trump probably has dirty thoughts about Laura.
They sent me down here to make sure you're okay. And I said, well, they don't need to be worrying about me now. Hell, if I'm pardoned, I'm great.
You're the freaking worst. Laura, how does it feel that Trump has dirty thoughts about you? Like he does about Ivanka?
We owe thanks to God.
Oh, shut up. You owe thanks to a president that wants to bang either your wife or your daughter. That's all it is. Trust me, God doesn't like tax evasion.
And I says, and God touched President Trump's heart.
I love how conservatives just use God for everything. Yeah, they're the most hateful people ever. But they're like, oh, God said this. Did he?
God led the people to advocate for us.
Oh, what about the people that are in prison for things that they didn't do? Is God on their side? What about the kids that got sex trafficked in Tampa? Is God on their side? Is God on their side? No. God is on your side because you have money. And God being Trump.
And so I'm grateful because every night I would pray that God would return me home to my wife.
And my kids and the dude that I bang on the side while my wife is sleeping. Mm-hmm.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHappyRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Happy Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Yeah. Are you worthy? Lady, the crystal. Let's get 'em. Girl, you been checking on me, and I wanna know if we cut, what it's gonna be. You fucking with the rule, expect nothing less than diamonds. Benzes, Birkin, one thing's for certain. I'm searching for Miss Right now. Fuck Miss Right, baby, if you like, I get you out of them nights. Put you in them little cute peekaboo Jimmy Choos. If there's a problem, I'll show you.
We got a problem. She's too fine. The way she works her body, man, is blowing my mind. I know I'm not gonna be okay if she leaves. And now she's got me looking and she's staring at me. My situation's changed. I'm caught up in a mess that I can't fix out. Am I gonna get up? Cause her eyes I can't resist. She's too fine. She's so fine. She's too fine. I'd give anything to make her mine. Girl, work your body. You got me all hypnotic. Can we get naughty? Cause girl, I want you bad. You're too fine. You want me now? I'm gonna try to get to you. Nothing that I can't do. Everybody knows she's too fine. She's so fine. She's too fine. She's so fine. And I never thought I'd say
Black and Beatz vibes, baby.
some girl, I used to be a player, but she's rocking my world. I know she's not gonna be okay if I leave. Cause now her friends are stepping over, talking to me. My situation's changed. I'm caught up in a game that I can't win. How am I gonna get up? Cause that ass I can't resist. She's too fine. She's so fine. She's too fine. I'd give anything to make her mine. Girl, work your body. You got me all hypnotic. Can we get naughty? Cause girl, I want you bad. You're too fine. You want me now? I'm gonna try to get to you. Nothing that I can't do. Everybody knows she's too fine. She's so fine. She's too fine. She's so fine.
Let's break it down for 1 minute now.
She look all like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I settled on my girl, what you can be. I am the one.
Black and
She took
Beatz
my
vibes, baby.
hand to the floor when we got it done. The way she's shaking, man, there ain't no mistake.
Baby got too many issues, but too many games, got too many shoes to pack for 2 days. The good thing is I think she goes both ways. Head gang main, brought 2 friends that look like twins. But let's play devil's advocate for a minute and handle our business. Bird off Goodman, baby, why wouldn't I give you everything your heart desires? Just so fine.
Work your body, you got me all hypnotic. Can we get naughty? 'Cause girl, I want you bad, you're too fine.
So
You
fine.
want me, I'm gon' try to get to you. Nothing that I can do. Everybody knows she's too fine. She's so fine. She's too fine. She's so fine.
Crystal, now we do it.
This is Happy Hour Breaking News. I'm Happy Brokaw. We have a new sponsor of Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe. I'll be serious now. Southeast Botanicals in Largo is now a part of the Happy Hour family. It is run by my guy, Colin, who's one of my closest friends, and I am very proud to have him a part of the Happy Hour family. Now, if you're looking for the best kava, kratom, teas, whatever the hell you need, go to 1661 West Bay Drive, Suite B, and that's in Largo. With nearly a decade in business and thousands of customers served, Southeast Botanicals is ready to meet all of your kava and kratom needs. Message them on Facebook, facebook.com/Southeast Botanicals, and they're on Instagram, Southeast_Botanicals. And I will make my official post later at Ryan Hoppe Radio after the show, so then you can follow them. But they are at 1661 West Bay Drive, and that is in Largo. Pretty exciting stuff. Now it's time for Funk Dad. Question. All the boomers drink their alcohol and smoke their cigarettes, but they hate on weed, shrooms, kava, and kratom? Leave us alone. Funk that. Life is hard enough with you guys ruining this planet. Can't we just get high in peace? I know my boomer family doesn't like when I make fun of boomers. It's not about you guys. You guys were the exception. Maybe. Just kidding. Love you.
Doors closing.
Now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
It's Happy Hour!
Hey, this is Tom Bernard, and you are listening to Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hello, human beings from planet Earth. This is Jeff Zito from 98.7 The Shark, and you are listening to a real phenomenon. It's Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Happy Hour.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Tall dude, 6'9", host with a quick mind.
Yeah.
Sex and dates, podcast on grind.
Got it.
Living life in Florida, sunshine, tan line. Happy hours here every day, prime time. Celebrity gossips,
Fuck it, Izzy.
stress. Dating tips, real talk, no mess. Ryan Hoppe's voice, smooth like finesse. Radio show king, no need to guess. Tune in, Hoppe is the hour you need. Radio waves hitting like a high-speed steed. From the bedroom to Hollywood, full feet. Ryan's got the scoop.
856 49 Hoppy. That's 856-494-6773. Leave me a voicemail.
Love and laughter always.
Tweeting me at Ryan Hoppy Radio.
Worth its weight.
You can always email me, RyanHoppyRadio@gmail.com.
Ryan Show taking you away.
It's crazy how this AI makes this music.
You always stay.
I feel like if you're driving down the highway right now, it's blaring out your speakers.
From the bedroom to Hollywood, full feet. At the scoop, just take heed.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
That song kind of had 2000s vibe. It's almost like that is what I go for.
Kaylin Lowry revealing her ex's reaction to their son's coming out moment. In a new interview with Parade published June 18, the Teen Mom alum celebrated her son Elliot announcing he's gay on her Barely Famous podcast.
I really hope we reach a point where we don't have to announce if people are gay and we're just accepting.
With the whole family seemingly showing their support for the 15-year-old, including Elliot's dad, Joe Rivera.
Oh, it's almost like that's the bare minimum of supporting your kid.
Who prefers the private life following their time on MTV's reality series.
Yeah, I get that. You're on a reality show. Mm-hmm.
Kaylin said, quote, Joe and I had a really good conversation.
It's awesome.
And he said he listened to the episodes. Joe was really proud of Elliot, and he said that he was happy.
That's good.
The mom of 7 added Elliot.
A lot of kids.
His dad also supported his son's candid podcast appearance. Joe was perfectly fine with the questions that were being asked and understands why Elliot wanted to do it.
It's gay month too, Pride month or whatever.
Their powerful chat coming amid a celebratory month, with the family documenting Elliot's first Pride Festival on Instagram.
I love Pride Festival. It's just those Uber prices are no good.
Kaylin wrote in her caption, couldn't be more proud to be your mom.
That's adorable. Good. So it's a video of them driving down the highway. Probably shouldn't film something while driving, but hey, what do I know? A lot.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Now to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce
Oh, they're so cute.
partying at Jason Aldean's bar in Nashville.
They're in a very interesting part of their relationship. It's going on 2 years. It's make it or break it time. And by the way, fuck Jason Aldean, that racist douchebag.
As Travis kicked off his summer training camp at Tight End University.
Let's have some fun tonight, baby.
She's shown me all the support in the world.
Taylor looked summer chic in a matching plaid crop top and skirt while snapping pics. Meanwhile, we're getting a first look at season 2 of Netflix's hit sports series Quarterback. And it looks like cameras caught the aftermath of Joe Burrow's home being burglarized back in December.
That's got to be something you don't want to relive.
Somebody tried to break into Joe Burrow's house.
Our backs are against the wall.
At the time, the Bengals star sparked romance rumors with Sports Illustrated model Olivia Ponton, who called 911
She's so freaking hot.
after the invasion. Now it seems they're ready to go public. On Friday, the couple was spotted enjoying a date night out in New York.
I hope those thugs got deported, by the way.
This life is definitely not normal. I just bought a Batmobile. I'm pumped about that.
Joe isn't the only one sharing some of his personal life. Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins also taking us behind the scenes when the show drops July 8th on Netflix.
I'll be sure. I'm not to see it. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I had an okay relationship with my dad. Deep down, he really meant well. But he just didn't show his love to me. He told everyone else about it. So I have raging daddy issues. Like whenever a man with power, and my problem has been in radio, giving people with power my acceptance. Like if somebody in power likes me, I go, oh my God, it's the greatest feeling ever. And that's because I have daddy issues. Whenever a man with power accepts me, I love it. It's almost a little unhealthy. So I am the authority on all things daddy issues. Did you know that? I know everything about daddy issues.
He had daddy issues and is attracted to women with them. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
When I tell you Sammy Sheen, Charlie's daughter, has them, she does.
Happy Hot Topic!
What is going on? Why am I feeling like this? I'm 21 years old and I feel like I'm like 70.
Sammy Sheen putting her health first.
Get ready with me while I talk about getting my implants removed.
I had a few girlfriends that would do videos while like putting on makeup, and it's so freaking smarmy. And I'm not trying to like throw shots at my exes, but it's just like, oh my God, look at me, I'm so pretty, and I'm putting on makeup. Not that interesting. And that goes to anybody out there, especially guys that do like workout videos. No one cares.
I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm just like, I don't know, it's so weird.
The 21-year-old daughter of Denise
God, she looks like she's 29.
Richards and Charlie Sheen deciding to undo the augmentation she got 3 years ago after self-diagnosing with breast implant illness.
Breast implant illness is a constellation of symptoms, from fatigue to joint pain to brain fog to just not feeling well.
This is not a formally recognized illness.
Oh, it's to show the doctors.
Right, because just because it's not an illness and we don't have a test for it doesn't mean it's not a problem.
Ever since I got them, I've just been really sick. And I did not realize the two were connected until last night. I put two and two together.
If you have autoimmune disease, you should stay away from all types of implants, period.
It started off with me being really sensitive to alcohol, which I've always been a lightweight, but this was
Yeah, that's because of who your father is.
like a next level allergy, basically, where I couldn't even drink anymore and I was having so many stomach problems.
Sammy sharing more info about her symptoms on
Gosh, she's freaking hot. Sit on my lap. That's my catchphrase.
Instagram in hopes of letting others who might be suffering know they're not alone.
I just really want people to take me seriously and see that I'm ready for the next step.
Yeah.
So many random things.
Pornos!
Vertigo, muscle pain, joint pain, memory loss, brain fog, nausea, sensitivity to like different temperatures. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, there is so much I experience every single day.
Now, this is not the first time Sammy's expressed regret over her cosmetic procedures.
Yeah, she looks like she's really old, and she was born in 03. It's a problem.
I was one of the rare people who gets like this from Botox. It weighed my whole face down. It looked horrible.
What you need to do is get a different voice. Yeah, monotone voice is boring. Just being honest.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment is brought to you by DZBZ Honey at DZBZHoney.com. When I tell you they got the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. Comes in the form of a lollipop. Lick the lollipop, the wrapper. A honey stick or a jar of honey. However the hell you want to get high, go to DZBZHoney.com and at checkout use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com for the best pre- and post-workout around. At checkout, use promo code RYAN20 to save 20%. WestChasePrinting.com, the best printing company in all the Bay Area. On that invoice, tell them I sent you. Rich Keeley, Master Barbershop at RichKBarber.com, 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard, and that is in Tampa. When I tell you he is the best barber around, I'm a man of my words. But you got to sign up ahead of time. You can't just go, hey, Rich, can I get a haircut? No, you got to go to richkbarber.com. And when you do, you'll save $10. Counselingoncall.net. Are you mentally ill like me? And do you live in Florida or Maryland? Go to counselingoncall.net and tell them I sent you. This is also being brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. 2700 22nd Street North, and that's in St. Petersburg. Women's self-defense classes, kids classes, MMA classes, whatever the hell you need, I'll go there. All right, we're going to come back on Happy Hour.
Hey, Hoppy.
I keep this party going.
Ryan, Hoppy, Hoppy, it's you and me, Ryan, Hoppy, Hoppy, it's you and me, Ryan, it's you and me, Ryan, Hoppy.
Question. Why do the undercover cops have normal license plates? You should have a yellow license plate so we know you're an undercover. Undercover cops think they're so cool. But just know that while you're out there being an undercover cop, your wife is probably under some covers.
Doors closing.
Now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppy in the morning.
It's Happy Hour!
Hey, what's up? It's Steve Miggs of the Daily Miggs Show on 99.9 KISW in Seattle, and you are listening to Happy Hour.
Ryan sucks.
What?
Ryan sucks.
What?
Ryan sucks.
With Ryan Hoppy. We love you here.
If you are a Nepo baby, you will probably hate it but still listen to Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppy.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Happy Hour starts with the girl so sly, right?
Happy Hour starts with a grin so sly. Ryan at 6'9", reaching for the sky. Cat named Luna with a purse so sweet. Snake Pea streets where they tap their feet. Whispers of secrets in the midnight air. Hoppy brings the heat with his devil may care. Talks about love with a twist of gold. Celebrity news like stories untold. Tuning gather round as the Hoppy vibe.
856-49 Hoppy. It's 856-494-6773.
That'll make you feel right. St. Pete light shining, ever so bright. Luna's eyes glisten.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio. You can always email me, ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com.
Happy Hour starts with a grin so sly. Ryan
And like I said in that clip, if you are a Nepo baby, you probably won't like me.
Their feet. Whispers of secrets in the midnight.
I've had to earn all my success. It wasn't given to me.
Celebrity news like stories untold. Tuning gather round, it's the Hoppy vibe. Feel a rhythm flow, let it hit your stride. Sex invading on the can't waste tonight. Ryan's got the scoop.
It's crazy how sort of relevant the WNBA is because of Caitlin Clark. Right now, I got the WNBA on from last night. The Seattle Storm versus the Indiana Fever. And Caitlin Clark is balling. The WNBA should be bowing down to her.
Can't waste tonight. Ryan's got the scoop that'll make you feel right. Two men gather around, it's the Hoppe vibe.
Yo, Ryan Hoppe on the mic, breaking down the scenes. NBA drama, living out the dreams. Ex-wives wilder, stories about the queens. Dropping knowledge bombs, all in on the schemes. Hoppe's loose, man, he knows it all. From scandals to the court, rise and fall. Tune in, now you'll have a ball. Hoppe Hour got that shock and awe. MJ to Kobe, legends in the game. Shaq's big presence, true Hall of Fame. Hoppe spills the tea, ain't playing tame. Behind the curtain, nothing left the same.
This next headline made me like SGA. I've been trying to like him and trying to be down with the OKC Thunder, even though I was rooting for the Pacers because they're like the next door neighbor to Chicago.
Wild and scandalous.
But this headline from SGA, I'm not going to try to say his name, made me like him a lot.
Doing a Hoppe Hour, never anomalous.
Happy hot topic.
The NBA posted their mini-movie of the NBA Finals, and it showed an awesome moment after Game 7 where SGA went into the locker room to check on Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, I just asked him if he was all right. It seemed like he was in pain.
Duh.
You just hate to see it in sports in general, but in this moment, like, my heart dropped for him. Like, I couldn't imagine playing the biggest game of my life and something like that happening. It's so...
Yeah, I feel like I just didn't like the flapping that, SGA does. But some people might not like my content on my show, but like me as a person.
Unfortunate. It's not fair. But competition isn't fair sometimes. But yeah, I just felt so bad for him. And just asked if he was okay. Obviously, he wasn't. But prayers go out to him for sure. Hell of a player. Future's bright. That team's going to be really good for a long time. Impressive team, impressive player. I wish them the best of luck.
So there's that. Here is this. Okay. So first, before we get to the Nuggets owner saying that he might trade Nikola Jokic, which is stupid, the Nuggets will be nothing without him. He's the true MVP of the league, Jokic, not the owner. Owners are scumbags. But Drew Holiday is pissed that he got traded from the Celtics to the Trailblazers. That's the headline, but they cleaned out the word pissed on freaking Daily Mail. So stupid how we have to have asterisks around words that trigger the, algorithm. Here's the thing, though. And then there's another headline here about the Celtics trading Kristaps Porzingis. The Celtics traded Kristaps Porzingis, and we'll get to that in a second, and then they traded Drew Holiday. Those were the key players that won you the championship last year when Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown had an off night and Peyton Pritchard wasn't making his threes. Adam Carolla, who has ghosted on me and was supposed to call into my show and didn't, but he's a dick to a lot of people, so I don't take it personally, and I believe he's on the spectrum. But Adam Carolla, who is an influence on me, said that you invest in your own success. Now, I don't think he's the first person to say that, but he's always said that. How he pays for his own storage for his podcast, his own company. These companies nowadays are not investing in their success. If it's radio companies or sports companies, they are doing this thing where they're trying to save money, but then they're getting average results. All right, here is the owner of the Nuggets.
Happy hot topic.
The Denver Nuggets held a press conference to introduce some new personnel to the organization, and what their owner said raised some eyebrows. He randomly brought up the possibility of trading Nikola Jokic when talking about the second apron.
I think what made owners like Jerry Buss and other guys so great was that they put money into their team, like the Lakers, because they wanted to see them win. A lot of these owners now, you see the Mavericks trading Luka Doncic. You see all these owners that don't care. It's just money to them. And I get that it's a business at the end of the day, but it feels like the emotional part of sports doesn't exist anymore.
We're 2 years into the new collective bargaining agreement. You've existed in this kind of environment. I'm curious how your thoughts on the aprons have evolved over the last couple of years, and if the second apron is kind of serving as a hard cap.
An ownership perspective around the second apron,
there was a lot of conversations last summer about KCP and us re-signing him and around the second apron.
He just seems like a bitch owner.
And we never really got any pointed questions about that, or at least I didn't. And it was a fascinating one because we really did every exercise looking through retaining him and what that meant under the new rules. I think that for us as an organization, going into that second apron is not necessarily something that we're scared of.
I know you're a coward.
I think that there are rules around it that we needed to be very careful of with our injury history. The wrong person gets injured and very quickly you're into a scenario where that I never want to have to contemplate, and that's trade number 15. We're very conscious of that pushing forward and providing the resources that we can when the moment arrives. But that second apron, is it?
Honestly, it would be the best thing for Nikola Jokic to get out of Denver. He literally carries that team.
A hard cap, I'm not 100%.
That's why I think he is literally MVP.
Sure, but it's something that teams are obviously very aware of.
Yeah. And then there's this.
Kristaps Porzingis has been traded to the Atlanta Hawks in a 3-team trade.
I wonder if he can do anything with Trae Young. I love Trae Young because he's an underdog, and I'm an underdog in life. But the problem is that they can't even make the play-in tournament.
Kristaps Porzingis and a second-round pick to the Atlanta Hawks. Terrence Mann and Atlanta's number 22 pick to the Brooklyn Nets. And Georges Niang and a second-rounder.
I love this guy. It's Chaz NBA on YouTube who does these videos, and I love his accent.
To the Boston Celtics. And this is purely just a salary cap trade for the Celtics. They are now out of the salary cap's second apron, but I love the trade for the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young needs as much help as he can get on the offensive end, and despite Kristaps Porzingis' playoffs this season, obviously he was dealing with some sort of illness. He can be a high-impact offensive player.
Yeah, he had an off year. He literally was the reason why they won the championship, him and Drew Holiday, and then the Celtics trade him. It's good for me as a Celtics hater, but come on now.
The way he'll be able to space the floor for Trae Young is only going to make the game easier for him and the Atlanta Hawks.
There you go. We shall see if the Hawks can even be a top 8 team in the league. I guess this also could go with NBA news.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Let's turn to Lamar Odom. October 13th marks the 10-year anniversary of his near-fatal overdose.
Yeah, and then when he was laying on the deathbed, Chloe was there. That had to be awkward.
Inside Nevada's notorious Moonlight Bunny Ranch brothel.
Yeah, and all these girls that worked there that were not held without their own will. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you hear about sex traffickers and they're forced to be prostitutes without their will. These girls were willing to do it, and they signed contracts. And I partied with Dennis Hoff. I never went to the Bunny Ranch, but I saw a married radio host, which is very common to cheat on their wife, at the morning show boot camp. I saw them get prostitutes because Dennis Hoff was big on radio shows and would go to the morning show radio boot camp. And Dennis Hoff was a good guy.
They didn't think you were going to make it.
Yeah, I was a goner.
Did you realize you were a goner?
I feel like Lamar Odom's always been a goner. Ever since then, he's not been the same. And what's sad is because of this scandal, people forget that he was a very important part of the Lakers winning in 2009 and 2010.
When you were sitting at that ranch?
Nah, it was just another day of, being freaky, I guess.
One of the sex workers he chose that fateful day is now speaking out in a bombshell new A&E docuseries, Secrets of the Bunny Ranch, airing Thursday.
I love how they wait till either Dennis Hoff is dead or they wait till Hugh Hefner is dead to talk about him. They didn't do it when he was alive, you cowards.
E.T. has this exclusive first look.
When we negotiated with him, we told him it's $50,000 a girl. So it'll be 50 for one and 20.
I'll be honest. There were times around 2019 after my breakup with my ex-fiance that I was lonely. And I went to Fantasyland one time and in a room, it's like a theater. And there was a hole, and in the glory hole, this penis came through, and I ran out of the building. And I paid $20 to get in, and I felt like the biggest weirdo driving home. I've told this story before when I worked at the Bone. But I never came close to paying for sex. But I can imagine when you're done climaxing that it's got to be the biggest loser feeling. Like, I just wasted money on that.
25 for the other. We can do all this stuff. Like, you have a couple days to spend here. You can stay however long you want. Like, we made him really comfortable.
That's good. I bet that makes Chloe feel well. What's going on here? Oh, sure. We are so close to the NFL season. Hearing about the tight end training camp. Hearing about all the NFL news. Hopefully this is the last year that we'll have to hear about Aaron Rodgers. Now, it's not even because of his personality that I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I just don't like him because he always beat the Chicago Bears. That guy only lost to them like one time, and that was his off game. It was in 2010, right before my grandpa died. I remember. I was watching with him. Doesn't this really just give you the chills? It just gives me memories of Aaron Rodgers beating Jay Cutler, that overpaid moron. But before we get to Aaron Rodgers, we gotta let this music play. Gives me chills.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic! In your heart, you know he's right.
Probably should have it on unmute.
The entitlement to information about my private life is so ridiculous.
Aaron Rodgers slammed speculation about his private life, including his recent marriage. After sharing that he privately wed his girlfriend, known simply as Brittany, earlier this year.
Yeah, we never see her, man. Wonder if she's a guy.
The NFL quarterback expresses frustration with the speculation surrounding his personal life. He says during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show June 20.
Wow, these reporters are fucking stupid. Pat McAfee. Why would it be McAfee? That'd be like saying, not E-News, saying Et News. How did none of these editors not listen to the audio before?
A fourth.
It's a sick society, isn't it? It's a sick society. I lived in a public eye for 20 years. I had public relationship. How did that work out?
The 41-year-old, whose exes include Olivia Munn, Danica Patrick, and Shailene Woodley.
You know he's awful to date.
Also adds.
Now I'm with somebody who's private, who doesn't want to be in the public eye. I didn't sign up to be,
So you literally can't go to any dinners or anything. They just got to chill at the house.
Celebrity, doesn't want to be a part of it. And because I do things in private, because I want my personal life to be private, now I'm somehow, I'm weird.
Is he ever happy? All this guy does is complain. I love this. I spilled something on the cord of my laptop, and now the cord is unplugged. Maybe that's a sign that we should not be talking about Aaron Rodgers. All right, we're back. This fucking laptop.
About my private life is so ridiculous and embarrassing.
The sports icon announced the I Do news during a June 10th press conference following his first practice with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, I don't care. Any other radio show would have edited out their problems with the audio. Me, I don't give a fuck.
Now to a court case settled. Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness have finalized their estimated $250 million divorce.
I still think he's in the guys, but what do I know?
The judgment comes 1 month after Deborah filed the petition, calling it the end of a, quote, traumatic journey of betrayal.
Yeah, he definitely cheated.
You're amazing. You're incredible.
Oh, thanks. Yep, many took that statement as confirmation Hugh cheated on his wife of 27 years with current girlfriend and Broadway co-star Sutton Foster.
I am glad at least Entertainment Tonight said he cheated. All these other news sites don't want to burn the bridges with the celebrities, so they go, they never want to say they cheated. Like, let's say John Mulaney cheated with Olivia Munn. Justin Bieber cheated on Selena with Haley.
You know, when you make a decision like that, you never really know if it's the right decision.
Yeah, you don't. Usually you realize after you're done climaxing. Oh, what's going on here? Let me see here. Let's do some Jeff Bezos news.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are kicking off wedding celebrations early. The couple enjoyed a party on the Amazon founder's $500 million yacht.
Crazy how much that yacht is.
June 22nd, off the coast of the island of Ceres in Croatia. They were covered in suds, with Lauren sporting a red bikini, paired
Freaking douchebags.
with a beige hat and aviator sunglasses.
All right, so there's that. And then there is this.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez have relocated one of their Venice wedding venues amid protests against the couple, according to a report by The Times UK.
Lauren just looks like a sex doll meets Daffy Duck.
In a piece published June 24th, the outlet reported that the Amazon founder planned to celebrate during the 3-day extravaganza at a 16th century hall, but was forced to cancel after protesters threatened to surround the canals around the venue with inflatable crocodiles to prevent guests from arriving. The billionaire will also not dock his super yacht or its support vessel in Venice, per The Times. Bezos is on the run. This is a crazy victory for a small group of people with no money who went up against one of the richest men on the planet.
I don't understand how these reporters get the name wrong. It's Bezos, not Bezos.
Protester Tommaso Cacciari reportedly told The Times.
I bet she got that name wrong too.
The star-studded wedding reportedly includes high-profile guests like Oprah Winfrey, Kim Kardashian, and Bill Gates.
Oprah Winfrey's going with her lover, Gil King.
Ivanka Trump, Jared Kushner, and their children were spotted arriving in Venice on June 24th.
I bet the people of Venice are pissed.
This was Diane von Furstenberg. Meanwhile, a day earlier, activists from environmental group Greenpeace displayed a giant banner of Bezos alongside the text,
Bezos, not Bezos!
If you can rent Venice for your wedding, you can pay more tax.
All right, there's that. Stupid reporters.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding invite has been revealed. As the couple gear up to exchange vows in Venice, Italy, they've given their guests specific instructions for the extravagant affair, according to a copy of their wedding invitation obtained by E!
I thought it was Ed News. Get it?
The card features drawings of birds, butterflies, and shooting stars, as well as rowing gondoliers and the classic Rio Alto Bridge in Venice, Italy. In the invitation, the couple asks guests not to bring gifts and instead lists 3 Venetian charities they will donate to on their behalf.
It's actually not a bad idea.
They conclude their invitation with a touching message about how meaningful their wedding destination is to them.
Whatever. All right, here's the thing. I actually really look up to Jeff Bezos, just not as a person or as a boss, but about how he created a company from being in a cubicle. There is an interview that Jeff Bezos did with like 60 Minutes in 1999, and it's with this stupid boomer, a boomer being stupid, no! Who was making fun of him for driving like a 1992 Honda at the time and having an office next to a sex shop. And then that boomer ended up becoming irrelevant, and Jeff Bezos became the richest person. So that's how I view Happy Hour. Is the Amazon a podcast?
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Happy Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Boys are rotten, made out to cotton. Girls are sexy, made out to Pepsi. Boys are rotten, made out to cotton. Girls are sexy, made out to Pepsi. girls are sexy, made out of Pepsi.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. Let's go through all the sponsors right now. I never get freaking podcasts that begin their show with like 7 live reads or sponsors. I'm like, who's listening to that? If I were that sponsor, I'd be pissed off. Well, what do I know? A lot. This following segment has been brought to you by Cheeky Mouth Guards at getcheeky.com. When I tell you it's the best way to quit biting on the side of your mouth, I'm a man of my words. Getcheeky.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 30%. Shimmerwood CBD drinks at shimmerwood.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 30%. GetGoodFeels.com for good vibes THC drinks. Go to GetGoodFeels.com and use promo code Hoppy to save 20%. OldGlory.com for the best t-shirts around. Use promo code Hoppy to save 15%. Garden State Distillery Dirty Vodka. GardenStateDistillery.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 15%. Aspire Green Tea Drinks at AspireDrinks.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. Afura Coffee. AFUERA Coffee.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. FSDrinks.com. For the best boba around, use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. Oh, you're looking for the best beef jerky? BigForkBrands.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. And finally, are you looking for a good energy bar? QuantumSquares.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. All of these are on my website, RyanHoppyRadio.com, RyanHoppe Radio.com. I would hope you know how to spell radio. Or it's in my podcast section. So whenever you listen to Happy Hour like you are right now, in the podcast description is all of that. We're going to come back on Happy Hour and keep this party going and going. But let's hear from Hammer and Hank, which you can hear the Hammer and Hank Show with Henry Oakes and Ryan Hoppe on Spotify by searching up Hammerin, HAMMERIN Hank Show, and check it out on his podcast feed.
People with autism are often treated like they are different. Believe me, we are. Hi, this is Henry Oakes, but my buddies may have known me as Hammer and Hank. I was labeled as slow when I started school. Come to find out at the age of 12, the doctors decided I was autistic. Now at the age of 48, I have completed an associate degree in radio broadcasting and worked in the San Francisco Bay Area as an on-air personality. So yes, I am different. People with autism have no needs, no different than you. Laugh, love, and learn to get an education and join the workforce. I did it, and so can anyone else with autism. So when you meet someone with autism, don't feel sorry for them. Work with them. Find out for yourself that autism isn't a disease, it's a condition. To find out more about autism, please visit autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? A jelly bean. Question. Why did Florida have to ban Pornhub? I am getting sick of yidges. But I'm also not giving Pornhub my driver's license. Fuck that. Come on now. I'm going to give a porn site my driver's license? Stupid.
In your heart, you know he's right.
Doors closing.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppy in the morning.
It's Happy Hour!
Hey, it's Abe Cannon from 98 Rock, and you are listening to Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, what's up? I'm Woody. That's Greg Gorey.
What's up?
Menace.
Hi.
Gina Grad.
Hey.
Seabass. There's Sammy.
Hello.
We are The Woody Show, and you are listening to Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, it's Riz from The Riz Show in STL, and you're listening to Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Rick Rumble from Rumble in the Morning on FM 99 in Norfolk, Virginia. And you are listening to Hoppy Hour with my buddy Ryan Hoppe.
If the movie Project X was a radio show, it would be Hoppy Hour with
If Aqua Teen was a radio show, it would be Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppy Hour. Hoppy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
It's time for weed news on Hoppy Hour.
Marijuana. 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 Marijuana.
Yeah. Turn it down, catch Hoppy on the airwaves. Talking blunts, joints, and all the smoky pathways. Roll the papers tight, blaze them up, elevate. Mornings with the green, starts the day with heavyweight. Welcome to the Hoppy Hour, spark it loud. News about the herb, got the strongest proud. Joints burning slow, take smoke, no doubt. High times, feel the vibe, let the green shout. Headlines hitting hard like a blunt to the brain. Legalization spreading wide, breaking chains. Sativa, indica, mix it in the strain. Cannabis culture got it flowing through the veins. Welcome to the Hoppy Hour, spark it loud.
It says here that people that work in the marijuana industry are some of the happiest.
Take smoke.
Duh.
High times, feel the vibe, let the green shout. Roll it up, light it, feel the high rise. Hoppy got the news, no need for disguise. Blazing through the segment, eyes red wide. Weed news, prime time, take the green ride. Welcome to the Hoppy Hour, spark it loud. News about the herb, got the strongest crowd. Joints burning slow, take the smoke, no doubt. High times, feel the vibe, let the green
Whoa! Hoppy Hot Topic!
Think magic mushrooms and you probably envision hippies.
All right, I can't play any of this because of fucking copyright. But it says here that psilocybin may provide relief for postpartum depression. Duh. Let me see if I can skip over this a little bit.
Depression.
I'm like, oh my God, I feel like myself again.
After the birth of her second child, Melissa Lavasani says postpartum depression left her unable to function.
Duh.
I was disconnected from my children. I was disconnected from my husband. I would frequently be at work looking out the window of my office thinking, God, if I could just get to the top of that building and jump off, like everyone would be relieved from
I've been there.
The situation.
Scared to take antidepressants, Melissa then read about an experimental new drug for depression.
Shrooms.
Psilocybin.
Listen, I went through a bad breakup. I wish my ex nothing but the best. And I went through a lot of public embarrassment dealing with that fat piece of garbage, that backstabber, that see you next Tuesday known as Mike Cowhead Calta. And I was angry for about a year and a half. And all of a sudden, I had my friend Rick tell me about psilocybin and shrooms. And August 2023, I cried probably enough to fill a whole gas tank. But then it healed me. Then you have, let's say, good old Ron DeSantis, almost forgot his name, shows how much I respect him. Criminalizing it, bro, it helps out people, you fucking scumbag.
Active ingredient in magic mushrooms. So her husband got some and she tried them, going on a psychedelic trip.
It was a big emotional release. You're crying or you're laughing or you just feel...
The crying is intense though. Like when you cry on shrooms, you're crying.
Moments of elation.
And then the next day you felt what?
Immediately my suicidal ideation was gone.
The thing though is you can't really be in public. There was one time I was on shrooms, I was drunk too, and I was in downtown St. Pete and I'm spacing out. I start staring at people in the club and they're like, can I help you? And I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm tripping. And we were waiting outside of... I think it was Ruby's Elixir or one of those cigar bars in downtown St. Pete, and there's this tall African-American woman, light skin, beautiful girl, probably a model, but kind of a bitch. And I'm just looking around, and she goes, "Didn't your mama teach you not to stare?" And I go, "Honey, I ain't staring at you." It was awkward.
Wow. Yeah.
So there's that. Speaking of someone I would have to be high to be around.
Why this man got us staying in a castle? I'm talking about a real castle. Look at this. Look at this. PJ.
All right, I can't play any of this. God, I hate the fucking copyright. It's Cardi B has a new castle that her boyfriend bought her. Good for you, honey.
I apologize if this offends anybody, but the fat lady has sung, at least in terms of the testimony.
That's sad that you have to apologize for saying that.
In the Diddy case, because the prosecution has rested and the defense, as we told you the other day, is not going to call a single witness.
Yeah, like I say, the rich and elite always win, and you wonder why the rest of the world hates us.
This case is going to be over as early as Friday. So the closing arguments are now set for Thursday. Presumably, it will not take more than a day, and the jury could get this case on Friday. Now, I say as early as Friday, I don't think that's going to happen, because based on everything we have heard,
this sucks.
This is a complicated case, and I just don't see the jury all agreeing on all counts at the beginning.
I don't like when the jury has to be a contrarian. I know if the evidence isn't strong, maybe, but we all know he did it.
Or even a day or two in.
I don't want to talk about Diddy. I'm so Diddy'd out, man. Rich and elite always win.
Simpsons fans still fuming more than a month after Marge Simpson's fate was seemingly sealed on screen. The family matriarch's death was shown in yet another of the show's flash forwards.
All right, so everybody, I got the headline on E! News. I get text alerts, and it said, Simpsons kills off character. But they didn't really kill off Marge. It's her dying in the future. But we all die in the future.
With Homer, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie enduring a new life without their beloved wife and mother. While the long-running animated sitcoms played fast and loose with continuity, fans are sounding off over Springfield's future sans Marge Bouvier Simpson.
The show's been on fucking almost 40 years.
As one commenter wrote, I haven't even watched The Simpsons in 10 plus years, but they really killed Marge?
They should have gone off air in 2007 and had the Simpson movie be the grand finale.
With another wondering, WTF going on in The Simpsons lore?
But here's the thing. Matt Groening probably went to Pedophile Island, so he's stupid. He's smart but stupid.
Alongside the fan demand, justice for Marge.
All right. It's a fucking cartoon. Relax. Now, I try to not talk too much about Monica Lewinsky, but I think it's absolutely ridiculous that feminists use her as an example. Yes, it takes two to tango, but she still knew that Bill Clinton was married. And the fact that we are rewriting the past, do I think Jay Leno and people like Howard Stern and the media was a little too mean to her? Maybe. But you still are a homewrecker. Were you the only girl or guy that Bill Clinton cheated on Hillary with? No. But this whole thing of Monica Lewinsky pretending to be a victim is nauseating.
Who has said, oh, this relationship I'm in now, this love that I'm in now, this is so much lesser than this one from 10 years ago, because we change as people.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you did grow up, but it's okay, you still did it.
We evolve, and every time we fall in love, it changes us anyway, and the person, so those things. So I see what happened. I see it as something different. But yes, that's what I felt was I think there was some limerence there and all sorts of other things, but that's...
Yeah, all on your face.
How I saw it then. And
whatever. All these fucking feminist podcasts interview her. She's not a feminist. She's a homewrecker.
I think, it was also an abuse of power.
Same with you. It was an abuse of ruining a marriage. Okay. It was funny. Last night, I asked Alexa to play Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe, and it put on Ryan Seacrest, and it was the most infuriating thing ever. And then I also put on 104.3 Jams in Chicago. And I'm listening to Ed Lover, who has a good radio show. But he goes and says that Kevin Durant never made it to the NBA Finals with the Thunder. And I was like, bro, fact check. Like, as a radio nerd, I know when someone's talk segments are terrible and when they don't know what they're talking about. And he's just going on. And I'm like, bro, that ain't it, dog. I don't know what it is, but there is this thing where whenever I like message somebody and they give me a thumbs up, I find it so passive aggressive. I never want to let it bother me, but to be honest, it really does. But then again, I'm bipolar and I overthink, so maybe I'm doing it to myself.
TikTok, clocks are juking, playing cruel pranks. Hoppy's hour almost done. Feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom in streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shout-outs hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppe like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shout-outs hit the street. But soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Like clockwork to a show. Now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine. The void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speakers silent, time but coming to an end. Like a roller coaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe's jokes and jabs, these our daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Hoppe hour. Hoppe hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Hoppe hour is now over.
Hoppe hour is now over.
Game over. This concludes our broadcast day. Good night and God bless America.
Doors closing.